Jeff, Zach, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, sir.
Good to have you
Glad to
guys.
finally make one of these. Back in the saddle.
Awesome. Not so awesome. Housing affordability crisis. The U.S. Housing market has gotten so expensive that income would have to jump 55% to make houses affordable. That's according to one housing expert. But there's general consensus in terms of just how bad things have gotten after the pandemic house boom sent prices up. And now, as many millennials are at peak home buying age, they're finding they cannot even afford this market. You've also got folks with the 3% mortgages not looking to jump into 7%, and that leap in mortgage costs have made everything more expensive. Speculation there, and this is from Andy Walden, a housing expert, that you'd need either a 35% price correction, a 4% decline in mortgage rates, or a 55% growth in income, or some combination of those to bring housing back to affordable levels. Average American earns about 4,600 per month, and you'd need, let me see, 1/4 of new buyers are paying at least 3,000 in average monthly principal and interest payments on a 30-year fixed rate as of July 2023. So 4,600 per month, 3,000. You can kind of see where housing's got a little unaffordable. Your guys' thoughts on just futures of this market, what we're looking at? It seems like something's going to have to shift here with this unaffordability.
Feels like it's kind of here to stay. If you look back to some of the discussions about what they're going to do with the Fed pricing adjustments and increases in rates, they weren't trying to push things backwards. They were looking to just stabilize the market. So, I hate to say I don't really have an answer for anybody, but it doesn't look like they're going to go anywhere.
It really burns me up. You're trying to raise rates, which causes all of this unaffordability, and it's supposedly supposed to cool the economy off, but it's making housing so expensive it has a reverse inflationary pressure that comes behind it. I mean, $3,000 a month used to buy you $1 million+ house, and now it buys you maybe a $500,000 house. No one can save enough money, no one can buy houses, and you're in a situation where you're not going to get a 35% price correction. That would literally devastate the economy. And you're not going to get 55% growth in income. So what do you do? I want to see this change, and I want to see this pull back where you actually have people being able to afford these houses, because it's unfortunate that you can't get into a house these days anymore.
Yeah, I think one thing you could do is we could have some areas try to make the regulatory environment more easier for builders. That's just one thing you could do, is try to do everything you can to increase supply out there. And I would agree in terms of, yeah, the Fed here really kind of created the problem with that massive money drop they did. And, making everybody poorer doesn't seem like the best way to fight inflation.
No,
No.
it certainly does not. I know we don't have a lot of time, but there was a stat that I found astounding. Was over the last 40 years, incomes have gone up maybe 200%, and everything else has gone up over 450%. So there is some level of income growth that needs to happen, and there's a Fed that needs to kind of step out of the way here.
Yeah, I would agree that the Fed's not the Fed's done more causing problems than solving problems. Hopefully we're at least topping out at rates, and maybe we could pull back. I think there's some evidence for that, or some hope for that. But I agree with you. There's not a lot of hope that we're going to go back to where rates were, or have a massive move down at this point, nor that incomes are going to jump up, nor that people are going to decide to start selling their houses for a lot less. I think this is going to be an ongoing problem, and we're going to have to look at where are the opportunities in a market that's largely got a lot of unaffordable housing for folks.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, gentlemen.